Hey, what's up everyone? Danny Lightning back with another CSR2 video. So I'm going to show you guys how to drive the Jaguar XE Project 8, and then we're going to do a review on it and I'll give you some tuning tips. So the first thing we're going to do is take this guy in the rear imports. I know some of you like to see all the doors and the hood and stuff open, so we'll do that really quickly. Now this is a really beautiful car. I like this a lot, okay? I will say it's not much of a dyno beating car. You might be able to figure out some sort of tune to make it beat dyno, but if you want it to run as fast as possible, it's not much of a dyno beater, okay? It really doesn't beat your dyno. Therefore, it probably doesn't really do very well in live racing, but we'll still take it into live racing and see what happens. Alright, so first thing I want to let you guys know is this car is not easy to drive because it shifts very fast, and it's really easy to bury the needle and screw up your shifts. But you're going to let go of the gas a little bit after number 1 to launch, okay? Pretty much instantly shift into second and quickly shift into third, and then hit your nitrous and try and get all good shifts after that. If you can do that, you will get really close to beating your dyno time, but you probably won't beat your dyno time, okay? So let's give this thing a couple test runs really quick, and then we'll talk about tuning it and some other stuff. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, let go. Second, third, nitrous, fourth, fifth, sixth. And I think I buried the needle a couple times. So I probably ran slower than I should have. This car is very hard to drive. I can't seem to get the hang of it. So this is not really something I would want to take into live racing or whatever. It's very hard to drive. I should be running like an 11.2 or an 11.3, but because you bury the needles often, it really slows you down. So this is one of those cars where you're going to have to practice a lot. You're probably going to have to do run after run after run to get the hang of the fast shift pattern on this thing. Alright, so here we go. Let's try that again. 3, 2, 1, let go. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. That was a little better, but still not good. That time I shifted too early. I don't think I buried the needle on anything, but yeah. All good shifts and nitrous on third, basically. But you would much rather early shift in the second than bury the needle, okay? So this thing's a pain to drive. There we got an 11.308. Dyno time is an 11.244. So I'm just gonna say good luck beating your dyno time on this thing. It's just probably not gonna happen. Alright, maybe someone can do it. I'm not sure. But let me see something really quick. Let me see if this car is even capable of beating dyno on a general tune. Okay, so it looks like this car is capable of beating dyno, but not by very much, okay? You might beat it by the tiniest bit, or you might beat dyno time. You could find one of those cheater down tunes, which maybe, possibly, I don't know, because I'm not good at down tuning, but you might be able to figure out a down tune to make it beat dyno. I just don't know. The good news is it does have over 1,427 Evo points, meaning if you do win a live race with this thing, well, you're going to get nice respect points out of it. The bad news is if you're not beating your dyno time, you're going to have a really hard time beating live races. If you max this car out completely, it's going to run around a 10.521 if you get a 100% perfect run on this thing. But you can really expect to get around a 10.6 if you get a really good run on this car. Alright, so let's talk about tuning this thing. Now remember, every time you put in new fusion parts or new stage 6 parts, you've got to retune your car. So you can't just copy somebody else's tune. You need to learn to tune the cars yourself. But on this car, I found that the first thing I tuned was the tires. The second thing I tuned was the transmission. And I came over and I tuned the nitrous last. Now, I went back and I tried tuning the final drive first. I tried tuning the tires next, and then the final drive last. And guess what? I came up with the same exact tune. So this seems to be one of the few cars where maybe it doesn't matter which order you turn the parts in, but I would suggest, I guess, taking your tires. All right, watch the little Evo points up here, right? All right, pull your tires down this way and watch those Evo points and make them go as high as possible. Once they get to the highest number possible, stop. Now go to your final drive. Pull that one over to the right until these little numbers go up as high as possible, and then go to your nitrous and pull that to the right until those numbers get as high as possible. And I would do it in that order, and that's how I came up with the current tune that I have right now on this car. So that's my advice on tuning this one. So let's go take this into a live race and see how it does. Alright, so we're going to go up against this Nissan Juke in a live race, and honestly, I don't expect to win any live races here, okay? But we're going to try it out. Maybe this is one of those weird cars, and you do find some weird cars every once in a while that don't actually need to beat dyno time to win live races, but most do, alright? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Second, third, nitrous, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. And I don't expect to win this. If we win this, that would be a miracle. That was actually much closer than I expected, and my shifts weren't very good, okay? We got a 10.560. Let's try and rematch this guy and try and win on the next round. Maybe I can shift it a little better, but we definitely lost our first live race. Alright, this is actually, so far, a really beautiful, really nice car, but unfortunately when you're having a hard time beating dyno, you're gonna have a hard time with everything. So that's racer refused. Now if you're doing the supply cups, alright, if your car doesn't beat dyno on the supply cups, usually supply cups are only a quarter mile. Alright, so this car, I don't know if this car beats dyno on the quarter mile. On the half mile it's not. Supply cups though are usually a quarter mile. So if you have a problem beating the supply cups, if you have another Jaguar, I would use that for the supply cups. And unfortunately, we can't connect to this guy for some reason. Let's find another opponent. Let me pause this. Nope, someone challenged me right away. All right. More than likely, this car is going to destroy me, but we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna give it a shot. But unfortunately, I don't think this is gonna be a good live racing car. 3, 2, 1, go. Second, third, nitrous, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Alright, now I expect this to blow by me and destroy me right before the finish line. I actually won that race. I actually won. I'm amazed. How many respect points did I get? Almost 1,300. That's a very nice amount of respect points. That's a very nice amount of respect points right there. I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased with that overall. Alright. I'm guessing that guy screwed up his shift pattern or something, because there's no reason for him to have lost. I think he lost intentionally, or maybe he had a bad run, because a car that beats dyno by that much should not have beaten a car that barely or doesn't beat dyno. Alright. This guy wants to race for 5,000. I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice the 5,000 just because I don't feel like waiting around with the connection errors and junk that we have. Alright, let's see what happens on this one. 3, 2, 1, let go. Second, third, nitrous, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Those were almost all really good shifts except for one. But yeah, that's about what I expect to happen there when you go up against a really good live racing car. I expect it to beat you pretty much at the last second. Now my shifts were bad again. I mean, this car is capable of running 11.2 something, but it's almost impossible. It's not an easy car to drive, is what I'm getting at. So I wouldn't expect to do all that well with this car. All right, let's see. Is there anything else I want to touch base on with this before we end this video? Let me pause this for a second and give me a minute to think. All right, so one last thing. This car has a top speed of 209 miles per hour. You might be able to get a little bit more out of it, but I would not expect this to make it through Tempest 3 Tier 4. I don't think it's going to be able to do the speed traps where you have to hit, like, what is it, like 260 or 270 or something? I can't actually remember, but the 209 on there, this car is just not going to be able to beat the speed traps. And offhand, I can't remember what time the boss runs either, so I would not try to use this for Tempest, okay? You're just not going to be able to hit the speed traps for sure. And yeah, I think that's about it then. All right, I think that's going to wrap this video up. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day. See ya.